So welcome back to my channel. Super excited for today's video. It's another as part of Women of Horror Month. If you're not aware, February is Women in Horror Month. So all month long I'm going to be celebrating by doing different videos. And I will leave a link to a playlist for the other videos that I've done so far in the description below. And I'm also super excited because I finally have a ring light. If you can't tell by how bright it is, yes, I finally got a ring light, so super excited about that as well. But let's just go ahead and get into the video. For today's video, I'm going to be doing my favorite films directed by women, about 6 horror films just listed here that I'm going to be talking about. So as per usual, when I do these lists, I go from like least to most favorite. So that's how I'm going to be doing this one. So number 6 is going to be XX. Now, if you haven't heard about this, it is basically a series of multiple stories, all which are written and directed by women. It's kind of similar to like Holiday, where it's telling different stories, but for this film, like I said, they're all written and directed by women. There is 4 stories within this film. The first one is called The Box. The second one is The Birthday Party. The third one is Don't Fall, and then the last one is Her Only Living Son. I really liked this. I know that there is a lot of people that were kind of disappointed with it. Vicky from Nightmare Maven did a review, and she did bring up the fact that it would have been nice if more of the stories didn't revolve around like motherhood and being a mother, which I definitely agree, because not all of us can relate to that, and that tends to be a common trope, I guess, or topic that is used when talking about women and telling stories. It's to always default to, motherhood. But I still really enjoyed it, and I do highly suggest that you check it out. It is on Netflix. I believe it should still be on there, at least in the US. So the 5th one is Pet Sematary, which I feel like most people know what this one is about. This was directed by Mary Lambert. It's about a family that moves to Maine, and when their son tragically dies, they bury him basically in the cemetery, which they find out through the death of a cat, that when buried there, they come back to life. Basically, when their son dies, they bury him there with the hopes that he'll come back, and it's the story of what happens when you basically bring someone back from the dead. Like most people know what Pet Sematary is about by now. So that one is my 5th one. My 4th one is a newer movie that actually came out last year, and it is a French film called Raw. It is I'm sure you all have heard about it. I believe I did do a review of this one. I know tons of other people have reviewed this one as well. Basically, if you haven't heard about it, it's the story of a young girl who is a vegetarian. And she goes off to veterinary school, same school that her sister goes to and that their parents went to. And as part of the initiation into the school, they are required to eat like a piece of animal. I can't remember exactly what it is, but she's required to eat a piece of meat, and she, being raised vegetarian, kind of refuses at first, and then her sister's like, hey, everybody has to do it. So her sister forces her into doing it, and then from tasting meat, she discovers basically that her family has the secret that once they eat meat, they then completely crave human flesh, and have to eat people to survive. It's bit of a twist on a zombie-esque film, but it's really good. If you know, enjoy foreign films, if you can sit through reading subtitles, I highly, highly suggest it. I really, really like that one. Number 3 is Carrie, the 2013 reboot, remake, reimagine, however you want to refer to it. Some people call it a remake. I feel like, and it's the same way I feel about it, seeing as it's based off of a Stephen King novel, I don't really see it so much as a remake. But that's just my opinion on that, which I don't think that I have done a review on this one. If you want me to, definitely let me know. I'm a big fan of the original. So I cheated by putting in the remake because it is directed by a woman. I feel like most people know, again, the story of Carrie. If you don't, it is about a young girl with telekinetic, I think that's the word, powers, who basically is bullied to the point of then using her powers. That's really all you can say without giving away too much. But yeah, the 2013 version was directed by Kimberly Pierce, I believe is her last name. And so that is my number 3. My number 2 is American Mary, which of course is directed by the Soska twins, who I've mentioned before, that I absolutely love and adore. They have multiples of work that I could have included in this list, but I just stick to American Mary. It is the story of a young girl who is in school trying to, she's in medical school trying to become a doctor, and in attempts to kind of afford it, she gets kind of roped into this world of this underground world of unusual body modifications, basically, and starts doing surgeries on people, odd surgeries on people, to help pay off her medical bills. And it's really awesome, really kind of gruesome and gross at times. And it stars Catherine Isabel, who, if you saw on my Instagram, I was tagged by Vicky from Nightmare Maven to do a post of like my top Scream Queens, and I included her because I love and adore her. I think she's amazing. She's in that, so if you're a big fan of her, again, highly suggest it. You will probably love this movie. I don't think it's on American Netflix anymore. I think I tried to search for it the other day and it was no longer on there, but you can find it online to watch. That one is my number 2. And then my number 1, probably at no surprise to anyone, is Jennifer's Body. This movie stars Megan Fox, one of my absolute just favorite celebrities, like biggest female celebrity crush. And I have talked about this movie before on my channel, so you should know what it's about. If you don't, it is about a girl named Jennifer, played by Megan Fox. She gets attacked by this band, led by Adam Brody, who attempt to sacrifice her to gain fame, but they don't know that she's not a virgin, so it obviously doesn't go correctly, and she basically gets kind of possessed by this boy-eating demon. And it's a fantastic, amazing film. It totally had the potential to be like a cult classic. I feel like it's completely underrated. It unfortunately came out in a time when a lot of people were hating on Megan Fox because of like Transformers and stuff, and people still do, unfortunately. But I mean, if you are like, I don't want to see this movie because you don't like Megan Fox, I highly suggest it. She's amazing in it. There is this scene. I won't spoil anything, but basically and I've talked about the scene before, but she's trying to like apply makeup on her zombie demon possessed decaying body. And it's not, blending in, going well. And she just kind of starts having like a breakdown, and it is such a good scene, and you really feel for her in that moment, even though she's evil, because this was something that was like brought upon her, and it's really just a great moment in the film, and Megan's acting was amazing, and it's definitely a movie that I don't think gets the credit that it deserves. And it's directed by, and I may be pronouncing her name wrong, but it's Karen Kusama. Again, I apologize if I pronounce that wrong, or if I ever pronounce any names wrong. And she actually directed one of the stories in XX as well. She did. Let me see if it says. Okay, so she directed her only living son bit in XX. So, fun little fact there, that it has 2 movies sort of on this list have the same director. But yeah, that is just my quick little list. I hope that you guys did enjoy this. If you did, please give it a big old thumbs up, and make sure to leave me like your top, we'll say top 5 or whatever, or 6. Shoot for the stars, whatever. Your list of your top favorite female directors, or if you choose to do your own video, definitely let me know in the comments below so that I can check this out. And we are almost to 500 subscribers. We may have hit it by the time that this video goes up. If we did, thank you all so much, and I am actually planning on doing a live stream Q&A for that. I want to try and live stream more. So if you guys have other ideas for stuff you would like me to do on live stream, I would love to try to maybe play some games, take some quizzes, just fun stuff. Me and Vicky from Nightmare Maven are gonna try to plan to do something together soon. But I'm not gonna go into too much about that. So yeah, let me know what you guys would like to see, and then I will just post on social media whenever I plan to do the Q&A. So make sure that you're following me on Twitter and Instagram, which all that stuff is in the description below. Quick shout out to my Patreon people, Vicky from Nightmare Maven. Drink every time I mention her. Water. It's good for you. But the 3rd fucking time in a video. Let's see. But yeah, she is a Patreon, as well as Scuba Steve. Thank you both so much for being Patreons. Link in the description below for my Patreon page as well, if you guys want to check that out. Super helpful. All any money from that will go towards YouTube and creating content and better content for you guys. So any help at all is always great. Of course, as always, not a requirement. But thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope that you did enjoy it, and I will see you later with another video.